Hello, gamers. Oh, sure. Welcome back to another amazing live stream by yours truly. How are we? Today, we're going to be playing some more 428 Shibuya Scramble. And yeah. I can't remember where we were the last time we were here. So, I can't remember what exactly the plot was going towards, but I think we'll figure it out. Shut up, music. We don't want you anymore. What is loud, though, is this music. Like I said, I don't remember what we were doing last. Actually, I should have looked at my time chart. Let me look at my time chart really fast. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so we've got a bunch of keep outs. We got a bad end, keep out. Okay, let's jump and see if we can get somewhere from here. I'm just going here because it seems like the most likely option, I guess. And this leads me to Minorikawa. Which leads me here. But we already have this part, right? Okay, let me see what the hint for this is. Minorikawa chased Miku as far as Koendori, only to be caught in the blast when a minivan suddenly exploded. A few simple words can change his fate. Someone who shouts something at 15:30 needs to change what it is they shout. If Minorikawa hears something that grabs his attention, he may not get too close to the explosion. Okay, so 15:30? You know you have 30 minutes, right? 30. Maybe Kano? I mean, it doesn't seem like he's got anything to do with this. Like, I can't change what I shout. Never mind. Go back. Is this 15:30? And this is... So this is 15:35 to 15:40. This is 15:30 to 15:35. So is it here? Hit me. Because it could also be at this level. What's your name? I don't know. Okay, let's try here. Cause it's not this one, right? No thanks, I'll be fine. So what's the option here? And I hate the fact that I can't. Hitomi, wait! Achi shouted. But she didn't appear to hear his cries. The hope of rescuing her sister had driven all else from her mind. Achi started to run after her. Hitomi had reached the vehicle already. She brought her face close to one of its windows, but the tinted glass obscured the view inside. Hitomi circled around to the minivan's other side. Achi saw her grasping at the door. She's stupid. She slipped out of his view for just a moment. Sheesh. Achi's like, bruh. There was a thunderous explosion, and a gout of flame tore the roof off the minivan like it was made of aluminum foil. Hitomi! Horrified, Achi charged through roiling smoke, searching for Hitomi. He saw two figures sprawled on the street, several meters from the van. Interesting. Hold on. Sorry, one sec, y'all. And tonight, take me to the other side. Give me one sec. I just gotta do short minute. I just gotta do short minute. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. Y'all know that I be slacking, right? Y'all know that I be slacking sometimes. I think I actually missed another VOD that I forgot to download. And I just realized, I was like, I forgot that I've been slacking. I've been slacking off. Fuck. What is it? What is it? Twitch tracker. Guys, I think I fucked up my soup. I was like, because I have from the 3rd. I think I missed the 2nd. What was that? What did I even stream that day? Second of November. Right? Because what is this? The first was Terraria, which I have that. And then what was the second? Why are they lying to me? What is this? It's not showing me what I actually streamed on Tuesday. Cause Halloween was Friday, and then Saturday we streamed Terraria. So I'm missing Sunday. But I don't know. It's not saying. That's interesting. Cause baby tonight. Yeah, it doesn't even say. It just goes from the 31st to the 1st to the 3rd. So whatever I streamed on the 2nd is just fucking lost media at this point. Like it's literally lost media. I don't know. I've got zero clue in it. I'm laughing, but I'm also mad. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that, okay? Okay. Dang. Now I'm like, what did I stream that day? I really don't know. What could I have streamed that day? I don't know. Anyways, sorry. He saw two figures sprawled on the street several meters from the van. He saw two figures. Okay. Do we think she's dead? No. Certainly not. Hitomi, wake up! Hitomi! Ah! Audrey cradled her in his arms, and her eyes drifted open faintly. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Hitomi didn't appear to understand him. Her only response was a blank, dazed look. There was a small patch of red on her face. Achi wiped it gently away with a finger. He saw no further signs of bleeding. She must have been splattered by someone else's blood then. As far as he could tell, she hadn't been gravely injured. Achi let out a sigh of relief. Okay. Hitomi, is she alright? Kanan stirred on the ground. Her clothes were scorched in places and she was bleeding from her head. Kanan, did you save her? Is she alright? Yeah, what about her sister? Her sister was a witch! Kanan didn't respond. No, it can't be. Achi went to look inside the van. Amidst the smoke and flame, he could make out the outline of a body. What happened here? Listen, man, I don't know what to tell you. Achi had to look away. Get Hitomi out of here. Hurry. Yes, dear. If those guys show back up... Kanan's face twisted up with pain. Alright. Achi settled Hitomi carefully in his arms. Wait, I need to tell you something. Kanan's pained gasp called him back. Alphard. Huh? Alphard. That's the name of the mastermind. I'm sure he'll come up again if you keep pursuing this. Things just keep getting more and more interesting, don't you guys think? But if you value your life, don't get involved with Alphard any further. Now go. Okay, and thanks. Also, I think I found the stream that I lost, which was the second. It was, Repo, apparently. I don't remember streaming Repo, but I guess I streamed Repo. With Hitomi in his arms, Achi hurried from the scene. He wasn't sure where he was heading. He just wanted to get away, wherever that meant. He carried her past the crowd of onlookers that had swiftly begun to assemble. Dang. The flame of the burning van rose ever higher, roaring up towards the heavens. To be continued. Okay, we've changed the timeline. Okay. Why does it say to be continued? Oh, no, sorry. Oh, no, yeah, that was right. Okay, so now Minorikawa's fate should be different. Which it seems like it's going to be. Hitomi, wait! As he ran along Koendori after Miku, Minorikawa heard someone shout out a familiar name. Hitomi? It was a pretty common name. Ordinarily, he wouldn't have given it a second thought, but he remembered that one of the Miss Midoriyama winners was named Hitomi Osawa. That made him curious. Yeah, okay. A moment later, he heard a cell phone ringtone. He immediately recognized it as an Aya Kamiki song. Me too. It's my favorite too. It's my favorite. Um, his reporter's instincts tingled. He stopped to take a look around, and one young woman caught his eye almost immediately. Oh, it's Hitomi! He couldn't assume that any pretty girl he saw was Miss Midoriyama. After all, it'd be a little too convenient if he just so happened to run into her now. Still, it didn't cost him anything to ask. Are you Hitomi Osawa? He might as well at least check. But to his own surprise, he hesitated in embarrassment. He'd never been too embarrassed to ask a question before. He didn't get a chance to contemplate that realization. Oh my god. Oh my god. Her ass just blew up. I got nerve. Okay, yeah, I did stream. Sorry, I'm still on this shit. I did stream repo on Tuesday, so dang, I lost that repo footage. Fuck me in it. Instead, I know that Black Blue did a bunch of clips from it, so, you know, to represent that stream, I think I'll just compile those clips together and post it, so that way I have that date represented. A massive fiery blast knocked him from his feet. A deafening roar set his head throbbing. What was that? What's going on? He lay in a daze on the ground, trying to wrap his mind around what had just happened. Behind him, there was a minivan fiercely ablaze. A minivan? An explosion? The first thing to pop into his mind was the attempted bioterrorist attack on Kasu Migaseki 2 years earlier. An unoccupied minivan had exploded outside the MPD station, and afterward a device meant to scatter a dangerous biological agent had been discovered near the subway. In the end, no one had been harmed, but there were rumors that the government had paid a terrorist organization a hefty sum to keep it that way. Right now, Minorikawa was a stone's throw from the Shibuya precinct. Could this be a repeat of the oh my god, is it Kasu Migaseki attack? It's a long ass word, I'm sorry. The entire area was in an uproar. People were running around in panic. Minorikawa could see several injured people lying on the ground unmoving, and yet despite the gravity of the situation, numerous onlookers were casually taking photos with their cell phones. Minorikawa got to his feet and then went to try and get everyone away from the scene of the explosion. Hey you guys, get back! There could be another bomb! Minorikawa looked around as he pushed back the crowd. He was getting a strong whiff of a scoop. He needed to write his copy ASAP, but he couldn't just turn his back on the situation now. Exactly. Okay, wait, one sec. Again. Okay. Hold on, you're about to hear audio, but don't worry about it. He at least should be okay. Sorry, I was I am doing stuff in the background right now. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I just need to make sure these videos moved where I need them. I am not at all trying to make sure that I don't lose any more content. I don't know what you're talking about. LOL. Sorry, y'all. No, I am annoyed that I lost this footage, but at least I have something to like replace it with. Not like replace it with, but you know what I mean. like somewhere to go with it. Okay, we're gonna download these 2 videos. I'm gonna have to see if I can at all get it back. We'll see. I doubt it, but I might try. Okay. He was getting a strong whiff of a scoop. 2 young men were strolling towards the burning vehicle. They had the look of juvenile delinquents. Oh, what the heck? Is this all for real? For real? Ain't this dangerous? Like, for serious? The pair tried to find an optimal vantage point. Hey, Minorikawa snapped. Don't get any closer. He spread his arms wide to hold them back. The young men came to a halt, but otherwise paid him no heed. Oh, this is bad. This is for real bad. Think this is a terrorist thing? Why are you so nervous? And why are you sweating so much? And, for real? Literally. Glad you see someone else also do that. Anytime they read the words for real, listen, Ryuji lives in my mind rent-free. He does. He just lives in my mind rent-free. I can't help it. Also, hello! Welcome in. We're... Oh, thank you so much for the follow! Also, we do just have this soundbite on deck. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Oh, here we go.
For real?
We just have that on deck because we quote it all the time. I think I've ruined the words for real for anybody who watches me. Yo, get your phone out. Come on. But like, you think this is a terrorist thing? Dude, shut up. Just hurry up and call Susumu. Oh my god. Susumu. That's a lot of U's. The taller of the 2, dressed in red, was ordering around his blue-clad companion. Are they about to kiss? Huh? The boy in blue huffed. Man, do it yourself. Say what now? Bitch, this ain't no time to get yourself all worked up. Minorikawa stood there, arms still held wide, getting more and more annoyed at their back and forth. Yo, just make the call, man. The young man, the young fellow in red scowled. He wasn't going to back down. Huh? Yo, what difference does it make if I do it or you do it? Easy immediate follow? Yo. Dap you up. Let's go. Yeah, right. It doesn't matter. So in that case, you do it. Look, I'm telling you to just make the damn call. And I'm telling you to just make it your damn self. Oh, enough of this already. Minorikawa opened his mouth to tell them off. But then the young man in red spoke again. Dude, the goods from over at Endo Electronics are gone. You gotta let Susumu know. The name Endo Electronics caught Minorikawa's attention. Huh? No, this is T. Now, wait a minute. This is T. Huh? Yeah, but ain't that all that Achi dude's fault? Ain't that all that Achi dude's fault? For getting all huffy at us? I mean, was Kiryu the one who told us to go find the Endo storehouse? Yeah, but Susumu doesn't like dealing with stolen goods. Says it dirties the SOS name. Well, what a coincidence. Looks like these 2 are SOS members. Hey, Minorikawa called out. You 2. He finally succeeded in getting their attention. Where's this Susumu fellow? I'd like to talk to him. He had no idea who Susumu was, having only heard the name just now. Still, from the way these 2 were talking, it seemed clear he held some position of leadership. You think I'd tell you if I knew? The fellow in red snarled. Minorikawa kept his composure. Listen, you guys know the Tenryugumi? The Tenryugumi was a Yakuza syndicate that operated in Shibuya. An up-and-coming Yakuza syndicate that turned up the scene 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Okay. With the seemingly legitimate Takarada financing. Dude, if anything is labeled something financing, it's usually either a money laundering scheme or just straight up, like, the worst money loaner you could ever imagine. The only time I've ever seen a good financing company... Yakuza 0. Anyways. I mean, but even that was like real estate. That wasn't really financing. I guess Akiyama Sky Finance. As its business front, the group offers monetary solutions for people in financial trouble, but those who accept their offers soon find that their troubles only grow and grow, embroiled in conflict with the Kato Shiramine Gumi, who have been long established in Shibuya. These street kids were sure to be familiar with the name, if nothing else. I may not look it, but I'm in pretty tight with the Tenryo Gumi. And maybe you two don't know it, but Susumu's been showing up at their office a lot lately. Susumu's been dealing with the Yakuza? Whoa, for real? Sweet! The two punks bought it completely. What's SOS using as their hangout these days? I've got a little something to discuss with Susumu. Right now it's this bar called Inferno. Minorikawa made a mental note of the name. Right, and Inferno is where exactly? The two young men suddenly looked distinctly uncomfortable. Uh-oh. Later. Yeah, I got a thing to do too. Backing away, they took off through the crowd. Dude, Achi! They're like, oh god, it's Achi, we gotta run. Run, he's got a gun. Hey, wait up. I need to know where Inferno is. But the pair had already vanished. Okay. Dude, I might make that my thumbnail photo, but I feel like I've had Minorikawa, like, in the thumbnails a lot lately, so I don't know. Ambulances began arriving at the scene, and paramedics rushed out to tend to the wounded. Excuse me, would you mind answering a few questions? Hi, Kano! Minorikawa turned to see a man in a suit approach him, flashing his badge. We'll do the jump point after we wrap up Minorikawa's stuff. So, a detective with questions for him, huh? How about you answer a few questions for me? What was this accident? Was this an accident or an attack? We still don't know know many details. Sorry, I can't read right now. Jesus Christ. Oh, let me rephrase that for you. This is a major incident, Minorikawa exclaimed. Also, when worlds collide, we're finally getting some of the main characters interacting with each other. Huh? The detective looked pretty flummoxed. Or flummoxed? I don't know. I've been around the block a few times, and I know all your police PR lingo. And when you start talking about the details, that is 100% indicative of a major incident. Brushing aside Minorikawa's remark, the detective tried another question. Did you happen to notice anything unusual prior to the explosion? Unusual. Minorikawa brought back the moments before the minivan blew up. Now that you mention it, I think I heard a cell phone ringtone. The detective tilted his head. A ringtone? Which was weird, because it's the same ringtone that, Osawa has. Like, obviously other people can have that song, but, like, what if, right, guys, hear me out, somehow, if you don't know, I'm gonna backtrack to give some context, but Osawa is, this guy who, like, works on viruses and, the cures for them, and his daughter, Hitomi, was infected with the virus that he was trying to find a cure for, and so he had to just, like, give her the antiviral or whatever to save her, and now people are trying to come after her to, like, get her blood, basically, for the treatment and all that stuff. And he's, like, a huge fan of this singer called Aya Kamiki or something like that, I think. And there's a girl, this, like, basically it's like a subreddit he's on. And this subreddit, basically, it's for, like, fans of this singer who are, like, a certain age, and pretty much all the people on there are guys, except for this one girl who's like apparently like a college student or something. I'm assuming that college student is relevant. You know? I feel like that's relevant to something. No, never mind. Forget that. There's no way the ringtone on someone's phone would be audible through all that. Minorikawa struck the thought from his own mind as he said it. In all likelihood, he'd associated the ringtone and the explosion simply because one had happened right before the other. Kano. A large-statured Caucasian man had called out to the detective. Evidently, the detective's name was Kano. "Thank you for your cooperation," he said with a bow. Then he ran over to the foreigner. "Mr. Minorikawa." Minorikawa turned at the female voice behind him. He found Miku standing there. She looked like she'd been crying. "Miku, about earlier. He trailed off, searching for an apology. "It's okay. That doesn't matter right now." Miku looked around the scene. Minorikawa followed her gaze. "Something big..." Oh, sorry, that's him. "Something big went down here," he said. "I know!" she exclaimed. "The explosion? I saw it happen with my own eyes." "You... what?" Miku looked around nervously. "Are you alright?" he asked her. "You're not hurt, are you?" "I'm okay. My ears are still ringing a bit, is all." "Good. So what did you see at the time of the explosion?" Miku assumed a thoughtful expression. "There was this girl who was running towards the minivan, and then I think I saw the other Middle Eastern girl suddenly make a dive for her. And then the van just exploded." "Wait, hold on," Minorikawa said. "So if I'm getting this right, it sounds like this Middle Eastern girl saved the girl who was running up to the van." Miku nodded. "Oh, hello?" Just then, Minorikawa's phone chimed. He'd received an email. It was from Chiaki. "Mr. Mino, are you still working on your copy?" He checked his watch. At this point, the 4 o'clock deadline was barely 20 minutes away. Nonetheless, he decided to stay at the bomb scene. He could definitely smell a scoop here. He was sure of it. Even if he couldn't get his 6 pages done by 4, landing a major scoop should be enough to persuade the loan company. He's really... what's the word? Pushing it. He's risking it. Minorikawa jotted his phone number down and handed it to Miku. I'll make things up to you," he said. "Give me a call later." Miku took the scrap of paper, puzzled. "If you're looking for an Aki-jitsu dojo, I know a few." At that, her face lit up. Minorikawa decided to process the scene for clues. As he wandered around, he caught sight of Detective Kano and his Caucasian colleague heading down an alley. What's that I smell? Something pretty damn fishy. If they were slipping away for a private conversation, maybe there was some way he could listen in. Minorikawa hurried into one of the buildings that bordered the alley. He looked around and found a public bathroom upstairs on the alley side of the building. Okay, so we being nosy. We out here being nosy. Hoping beyond hope, he slipped up to the bathroom window. This is tea, baby. This is tea. Voices outside. He held his breath and listened. "Those international criminals you mentioned." Kano's words were faint, but he could make them out. Minorikawa did a little fist pump. "Correct. Roughly 8 hours ago. They infected Maria Osawa with the UA virus." "That's not true. They infected Hitomi. They didn't infect Maria." "Then they let her loose somewhere in Shibuya." "Hold on. By UA, you mean..." The discussion involved some terms Minorikawa wasn't familiar with. He focused all of his mental energy on what the two were saying. "This is a killer virus with a 100% mortality rate once it takes a hold." Wait, maybe they did infect Maria too, because they literally did let her wander around. Yikers. 100%. Minorikawa muttered to himself. The shock caused him to unclench the fist he didn't realize he'd made. This wasn't just an interesting conversation. It was monumental. It has an incubation period of 12 hours. In another 4 hours, Maria Osawa will go symptomatic. After that, she'll be spreading the virus through the city. It's capable of airborne transmission? If we don't administer Kenji Osawa's antiviral before she develops symptoms, yes, everyone in Shibuya is going to die. Minorikawa felt goosebumps rise all over his body. If they were talking about a virus and a Kenji Osawa, that they could only mean that Kenji Osawa. He recalled what Osawa had said earlier about the power balance of the world being at stake. This is now, y'all, I'm not exaggerating. This is tea, baby. This is tea. Okay. There was no doubt about it. This was a tremendous scoop. Well then, we need to find Maria Osawa and get the antiviral to her as soon as possible. Just calm down. There's more to the story. Aw, it's starting to leak out. The door swung open loudly and someone came barging into the bathroom. God damn it, Yanagashita! It was Yanagashita. Why him again, and why here of all places? Oh, I'm leaking here. Yanagashita was on the verge of hysterics. His voice must have been audible outside. Kano and his companion went to take their discussion elsewhere, and they'd just been getting to the good part. You son of a bitch. Enraged, Minorikawa grabbed Yanagashita and tossed him to the floor. Ew, I'm leaking! Shut your mouth! He put all of his strength into an ankle hold and gave it a good twist. A professional wrestling technique that involves grabbing the opponent by the ankle. Being caught up like this can be extremely painful. It also puts a lot of pressure on the lower body, and if you're already fighting the urge to urinate, well... Hi there! What wacky stuff has been happening since my last visit? Between my last visit? Well, right now, this man's about to piss his pants. So... How you doing? How you doing in time? Ah! Yanagashita wailed. Ah! That's a wild screenshot for you to come in on now that I'm thinking about it. Sometimes I feel like there's so many good, like, opportunities for, like, ooh, this should be the thumbnail picture. Oh no, this should be the thumbnail picture. And then sometimes I'm like, damn, bro, they ain't nothing good. I guess I'll choose this. But I'm like, I kind of want to choose that. Because I'm like, I don't know, it's silly. I like silly. But listen, we still got a whole stream ahead of us, so we don't know what other pictures they're going to throw out at us. Minorikawa left the idiot blubbering in the bathroom and hurried out of the building. He hadn't heard the whole discussion, but he had a scoop on his hands anyway. This would be a tremendous score for Heaven Publishing, enough to get the company, let the company rebuild. He was certain of it. And if I'm the one saying it, it's gotta be true. If I didn't know this game, I would be weirded out by Yanagashita indeed. Yeah, listen, I do know the game, and I'm still like, bro, who is this guy? I'm like, I know him, but I'm like, I feel like he wasn't the type to be, like, born. He just, like, spawned into the world. That's what I think. As he ran along, Minorikawa tried to plan his next steps. First, he had to get back to the editing office. He'd explained the situation to the people from the loan company. Then he'd go and find that paperwork for Osawa, and have Chiaki check his copy. Then, after that... Okay, so he still had a lot of things he needed to do. He swatted himself on both cheeks to get himself psyched up. Hello? His phone rang. It was Chiaki. Mr. Mino? Something terrible has happened. Chiaki's voice was a broken yelp. Whoa, calm down. Over on Kowandori, this minivan exploded. Oh yeah, I'm well aware. Thanks to that, I've got a big scoop that... Shiaki cut him off. Just now, I got a call from Mr. Toyama's daughter, Hana. This time Minorikawa waited for her to finish. He had a sinking feeling. Hey, let that sink in. She said that Mr. Toyama was in there. It was a suicide. Minorikawa's knees buckled. Tell me you're joking. No, I mean the van explosion is all over the news and Hana was in tears on the phone and... Mr. Mino? Mr. Mino, are you still there? Toyama had... killed himself? Minorikawa felt the energy drain from his body. To be continued. Ah! Guys, things are getting too piping hot. We're about to get red hot. Okay. We gotta jump. Okay, never mind. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. We will not be jumping at this time. Go back to the time cart. I think we have to do this part first. Suddenly, a boom as loud as cannon fire shook the area. Something's wrong, Kano thought. That's no ordinary city noise. A column of black smoke rose up from between two nearby buildings. Passerby stopped and stared, gasping in alarm. Listen, we don't usually get videos, but it's, you know, it's nice when we do. We're all just choking and dying. Type shit. Then Kano saw flames. This hadn't been an accident. But... listen, they keep trying to tell me that what's-his-name is involved, but I don't know if I believe that. That the magazine guy. Someone had set off an explosion. The Shibuya precinct wasn't too far from here. Kano recalled the attempting bioterrorism act on listen, I think it's funny that both him and, Minorikawa were thinking the same thing. Kasumigaseki. The incident had begun with a van exploding outside the Tokyo MPD station. Also, I'm not going to read that. I already read that, so I'm not going to read it again. Already a large crowd of onlookers was gathering. Shouts rose up as they took in the scene. What's going on? What happened? That car is on fire! Kano called into HQ and they quickly slipped around to the back of the burning vehicle. It was a minivan. Peering at the flaming chassis, he could see that there was someone inside. Oh no. Could that be Hitomi? Once they had their hands on the antiviral, the criminals would have no further use for Hitomi Osawa. Already the body had been charred to ash. At this point, it was hardly recognizable as a human anymore. Okay, now I think I could go to Minorikawa's bit and jump. Oh, yeah, I can, because now it's highlighted in red. Okay. Okay. Jump! Wild, to be saying that out of context. Nearby, people were on the ground. Sorry, several people were on the ground nearby, evidently injured by the explosion. Sorry, my dyslexia is kicking in. I mean, I don't actually know. But it could be. A girl. Miku Morita, while walking along, upset at Minorikawa for not introducing her to an Aki Jujitsu dojo, she happened across the aftermath of the minivan explosion. Unable to stand idly by when faced with such a horrific scene, she pitched in as best as she could to help the wounded. I'm assuming this just takes me back to like where we were, right? Okay, yeah, it does. I just wanted to make sure I clicked that. Hi, Black Blue. How you doing, Pooks? Okay, yeah. This just leads there. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it just would lead back. We already did Minorikawa, so we got to go to Kano. Okay. Hello. Kano recognized her as the girl he'd talked to earlier during the traffic jam. Police, he announced. It's me, the police. What's the 411? Girl. Get back. Let me handle this. My favorite part about this game is like how cheesy the blood looks. Like you can tell that like it's just like random fake blood. But you know, I feel like that's part of the charm, you know? Let me handle this. The girl was visibly relieved. Help her, she said. She pointed to a figure lying on the sidewalk, a short distance from the burning minivan. Who? It was a Middle Eastern girl. She appeared to be unconscious. Well, we know who that is, but Kano doesn't. Ooh, is he gonna recognize the tattoo? I forget if he knows the tattoo or not. Also, y'all ever just put something down and then lose it? Yeah, it's somehow fitting for the aesthetic of the game with the fake blood, exactly. Oh, also, Black Blue, shout out to you clipping some of the stuff from the repo stream, because guess you forgot to download the repo stream from the 2nd of November before it got deleted. Maybe this person. So those clips are my only proof that I streamed on that day. So I'm gonna like compile those as a little thing and post it. Because I forgot to download the VOD because I'm a slacker. I'm literally looking for my cup right now. I just had it and I have no idea where I put it. Bro, literally, I'm like, where, what the fuck? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Jesus Christ. It's like when you put your, well, like, I don't do this, but you know, like, some people put their glasses on the top of their head, and then they're like, where are my glasses? Or, like, you're like, dude, where's my phone? Where's my phone? And that shit's just, like, straight up in your hand, and you're like, ah. Revo's just too good not to clip, literally. Because I was like, oh, man, I haven't done my thumbnails in a few days, and I haven't uploaded anything in a minute. Let me go check, and then I just saw the last one was the 3rd, and I was like, fuck, I'm missing one. I was like, damn it. Damn it. I'm gonna see if I can use a third-party thing to see if it's still, like, stored. Because it would have been just deleted yesterday. But I doubt it's gonna be there. So at least I have the clips, you know? I do the phone one a lot. Trust me, I do it too.
Hydrate or dihydrate?
Ah, hi, Delta. I will hydrate. I will hydrate. Especially during this game, I'm doing all reading, so I'm like... I think she got hurt rescuing another girl. About college age? The girl in the hoodie said. A college-aged girl? That might be Hitomi. What happened to the girl she saved? The Good Samaritan looked around. Huh? Where'd she go? The rescuee had disappeared. This girl here, the girl in the hoodie gestured toward the fallen girl. I can't believe how fast she was. She spoke with a hint of awe. The way she moved to get to that other girl, she was on a level way above beyond mine. Kano took another look at the injured girl. Her figure looked rather delicate. It was hard to believe she was capable of great feats of athleticism. He started towards her, but Stanley stepped ahead of him. Leave this one to me, he said. I just don't trust Stanley. I just don't, but I think most people wouldn't. A white man? No! His expression was unusually stern, even for him. Do you know her? Kano asked. The American didn't answer as he checked the girl's pulse and then her pupils. Hey, Stanley. Don't you have other things you should be doing? Stanley snapped. Fine then. Kano decided to collect some eyewitness accounts. Literally arguing like a fucking married couple right now, Jesus Christ. Patrol cars and ambulances arrived at the scene in a steady stream. Once the vehicle fire was under control, things gradually began to calm down. Several officers worked to cover the area around the burned minivan with a blue tarp. Kano got his questioning underway, starting by flashing his badge at a man near the front of the crowd. Excuse me. Would you mind answering a few questions? No. The man puffed himself up. How about you answer a few questions for me? Was this an accident or an attack? We still don't know many details, Kano admitted. The man shoved his finger in Kano's face. Let me rephrase that for you. This is a major incident. Huh? I've been around the block a few times and I know all your police PR lingo. And when you start talking about the details, that is 100% indicative of a major incident. Well, I sure picked the wrong guy to try and talk to. Stifling his frustration, Kano continued his questioning. Did you happen to notice anything unusual prior to the explosion? Unusual? Now that you mention it, I think I heard a cell phone ringtone. A ringtone? No, never mind. Forget that. There's no way a ringtone on someone's phone would be audible through all that. The man was probably right, but somehow the idea nagged at Kano. He jotted down a note in his pad. Kano. It was Stanley. Perfect timing. Thank you for your cooperation, Kano told the man. Then he hurried on his way. Stanley stepped in close enough to whisper. Who was that guy? An eyewitness to the explosion, apparently. Did he have any info? He said he heard a cell phone ringtone at the time of the explosion. Not sure if this is significant, though. Stanley stood silently for a moment, thinking. What about that girl? Kano asked. Has she woke up? Has she woken up? No. I'm gonna drive her to the hospital. Huh? Why do that yourself? Just look around, Stanley said. He cast his eyes out over the scene. There were still many injured people lying on the roadside. It seemed the authorities hadn't sent enough ambulances. But isn't your car back in Mariamocho? Kano asked. Under the circumstances, I think it makes sense for me to go back for it, Stanley replied coolly. Besides, I have a few things I'd like to ask her. Kano was curious. You do? He asked. Hello? Stanley's cell rang. Yes. Stanley answered the phone in English. As he listened, his demeanor changed. The blood drained from his face, and his hand began to tremble slightly as it gripped the phone. Kano had never seen him this shaken up. That's how you know it's dead ass. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. You got it, Stanley said at last. He hung up the phone and let out a sigh. What is it? Kano asked. Stanley headed into an alley without responding. The most utility-oriented, non-music ringtone either, literally. Nothing catchy, just a beep. So Stanley coded. Once they were finally out of earshot of the crowd, Stanley finally spoke. That call right now was from Gordon, my superior. Gordon! Alright, I guess so. He broke off there and for a while was silent. He appeared to be struggling with some strong emotion. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. Kano decided not to press. If it's that difficult to talk about, you don't have to. No, Stanley said. I should tell you this. Okay. He braced himself before continuing. We were contacted on our end by the mastermind of this plot. Okay. Those international criminals you mentioned? Also, sorry, I was thinking about it, and Kanan was like, you know, just in case, I'm gonna tell you this. Do we think that she's actually just gonna fucking die, or is she just gonna be, like, in a coma until, like, the end of the game? Because I can see both. Because, like, obviously she's got a lot of answers right now, and, you know, if she's out of the picture, that stops a lot of things from being... a lot of beans from being spilled, I guess is a good way to put it. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know what Commissioner Gordon... Godwin. Correct. Roughly 8 hours ago, they infected Mario Sawa with the UA virus. I keep wanting to read it UA, like it's the fucking the hero school from My Hero Academia. Which, mind you, I literally have seen maybe like 5 episodes max. I have like the first season on DVD because like this is before like it completely blew up. Like I'd been hearing people talk about it and saying it was good, and I don't know why I bought the DVD. Probably because I couldn't find it anywhere else, and so I was like, I guess I'll just buy it. I think I bought it for like Christmas. That and like the first season of Assassination Classroom, which I liked. Assassination Classroom. I haven't finished it, but I liked what I had seen from what I'd watched. But yeah, I think I've tried to watch My Hero, like, a few different times, and I just, like, wasn't fucking with it. I don't know. Let me know, and let me know if anybody here likes My Hero. Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't know. You know, not very related, but one of my favorite cliche scenes is when an important character gets all emotional over a phone call, but our perspective character can't hear what either side is even saying. So it becomes this huge mystery over a long period of time. True. Listen, that's what I was assuming was gonna happen, because, you know, Stanley doesn't like to tell us shit. No offense to my boy, but it's true. He doesn't like to tell us shit. They infected Mario Sawa with the UA virus. Then, they let her loose somewhere in Shibuya. I've seen a few seasons of My Hero. It's really good, but I would say only if you're into shonen anime. I mean, like, because I tried to get into it twice, and I was just like, you know? Like, it's like... okay, I think maybe I would like it if I was younger. Cause like I remember liking Naruto at the time, and I still like Naruto even though I don't really watch it anymore. But maybe if I was back when I was that age, maybe I'd like it more. I would watch My Hero Academia if it didn't have Mineta in it. Mineta derogatory. And we all stand by that. Listen, I don't know, like, I only know certain things about My Hero Academia, like, you know, just the random crap I see online, and also, like, the bad fanon interpretations of all the characters. But one of the things I do know about is Mineta. He's like the Teru of of My Hero. But maybe worse? I don't know. I don't know who's worse. Fandom-wise. If you know Danganronpa, you know what I mean. Would you rather be locked in a room with Teru Mineta? I would say Teru because at least he could cook me food. You know what I mean? Like, he's the ultimate cook for a reason. Like, I would be like, whoa, I'd be like, at least wine and dine me first, Teru. And he'd be like, oh, for sure. Anyways. Hold on. By Yua, you mean... Kano thought back to his earlier conversation with Stanley. These criminals are trying to get their hands on a new drug. An antiviral drug developed by Kenji Osawa that had been shown to be effective against the Yua virus. I don't, you have to be into flashy battles and ton of characters, each going through their hero journey. Yeah, but, like, every time I like a specific person, they usually always get the shit end of the stick. I don't know if this is a good thing, but I do realize why everyone hates Mineta, and I kind of like him for that. I mean, you also like Hisoka, so I don't think you get many rights here, Black. Like, I deplore all his actions, but that somehow makes him an interesting character. Yeah, this refer to statement said previously. I love how as soon as you talked about Mineta, the apocalypse hit me right now. The adpocalypse, listen, it saved you. It saved you from it. But Hisoka's cool. I mean, if you think, you know, his actions, justify his coolness. I guess so. To me, there's cooler people that aren't fucking freaks. Stanley hesitated before continuing. Okay. This is a killer virus. Okay. So how are we gonna fix this, Stanley? How are we gonna fix this? This is a killer virus with a 100% mortality rate once it takes hold. Kenji Osawa's antiviral is our only means of combating it. Okay, so how can we combat it, please? A mortality rate of 100%. It's over 9? Yes, it is. A mortality rate of 100%. It has an incubation period of 12 hours. In another 4 hours, Maria Osawa will go symptomatic. She's about to go nuclear. Help! Help! Help me! Help! Anyways. Listen, thinking someone is an asshole and thinking they're cool are two separate things. Listen, it is not two separate. Well, listen, one being an asshole is different. I'm talking about being a creep. Being a predator, even. Being a pedo, even. And for Hisoka's stance. Being a predator for Mineta's stance. That's different. That's a little bit like Togami from Danganronpa. He's an asshole. And I still like him. You can like somebody who's an asshole. But when it becomes like a certain type of separate branch, the water's a little muddy. The water's a little cloudy, I mean. But, you know, it is what it is. It hasn't, oh no, I read that part already. After that, she'll begin spreading the virus through the city. It's capable of airborne transmission. Dude, this is just like Left 4 Dead. I'm kidding. In Left 4 Dead, the green flu... It's airborne, it's through bites, it's through, like, 20 million different things. It changes and mutates. which I do like. Following the onset symptoms, individuals infected with the UA virus bleed from the lungs, and the virus is readily released into the air via coughing. The UA virus is highly resilient in open air and can survive even after saliva or other fluids have evaporated. Simply getting within 2 meters of a symptomatic patient is said to carry a high risk of infection. Bodily fluids from deceased patients carry an especially high concentration of the virus. And anything contaminated with such fluids must be thoroughly sterilized before it is safe. Alan, we are so fucked. Oh no. We're so cooked. The game just ends and we just watch Maria die. Tama! Wait a minute. I'm trying to think if certain endings are possible. Like the ending that we got last time where her, Yanagashita, and Chiri did like the eating contest. How many hours was that from then? Stanley nodded. If we don't administer Kenji Osawa's antiviral before she develops symptoms. Yes? Kano's voice is trembling now. Stanley spoke with complete certainty. Dramatic pause. Everyone in Shibuya is going to die. T. Well then, we need to find Maria Osawa and get the antiviral to her as soon as possible, Kano said, panicking. Yeah, I first played 428 Shibuya Scramble in 2021, so the start of Osawa's scenario talking about UA shook me to my core at first. Literally, I'm just like, COVID? Help? I'm scared. That, like, honestly, speaking of, like, Left 4 Dead and whatnot, I feel like in a post-COVID world, looking at that lore, like, things make a lot of sense. Like, obviously, the green flu, if you don't know, like, Left 4 Dead, that zombie game, the green flu is, like, unlike any other, virus or flu that, like, they had ever seen. Like I said, it can mutate. Like, it's mutating on the daily, right? It's mutating on the daily. It changes how it's transmitted. It turns you into, like, this killer thing. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm, like, seeing how, that universe handled it, I'm like, God, it reminds me so much of, like, how a lot of people dealt with COVID here and how some people were like, oh, I'm gonna go out anyways. And I'm like, dude, if this was a zombie virus or something like this, like the UA virus, we would be even more fucked than we were when, like, actual COVID happened. You know what I mean? I'm like, yikers. Yikers. Yeah, since all the bad ends are non-canon, they can do whatever they want in them, so a lot of them doesn't make any logical sense once you get further into the game. Maybe it's like if you don't, if you don't reach that information, it technically doesn't happen in that branch of the universe. So it's like the part with, like, Maria and them. Yeah? Okay. Who was that? Yo! Blaze again! Welcome in, and also, thank you so much for the Prime sub. That was so nice of you. Welcome in. We're playing 428 Shibuya Scramble and talking about illnesses. But yeah, I'm just like, Alan, we are so fucked. Just visiting for a bit, long time, no talk. Yo, for real. I hope you're doing good. I've been so busy recently. Guys, if you didn't know this, I have a job now. So I'm like, I work, come home, cook dinner, immediately stream, then die. I'm like, dang, what do you mean I don't have free time anymore? This sucks. But yeah, yeah, I think maybe if you don't get that information, it doesn't happen. So them doing that eating contest, because we didn't learn that Maria was infected, she technically wasn't infected. It's Schrodinger's infection. So at least I can do it. I appreciate it. Surviving and yes. Yup, same over here. Twinning. Literally. Dude, well, adulthood is always so goddamn depressing. Well, then we need to find Maria Osawa and get the antiviral to her as soon as possible, Kano said, panicking. Stanley remained cool. He always does, chat. He always does. Just calm down. There's more to the story then. Stanley was interrupted by a strange sound from the upper floors of a nearby building. Oh my god, my wrist just cracked. If you guys heard that, pretend you didn't. Thanks. Unsure of what it was. The two men hurriedly relocated. Oh yeah, and this is when poor Minorikawa gets his gossip sesh cut short by freaking Yanagashita. Love and hate that man. They paused when they came to a vacant lot. A homie going through a lot right now. They paused when they came to a vacant lot. The place was deserted. No need to worry about being overheard there. You said there was more to the story? Kano prompted. The antiviral in question is stored in Kenji Osawa's laboratory. The lab is protected by a sophisticated security system, and apparently the storage area where the drug is kept requires fingerprint authentication from both Osawa and Tanaka. What? But Tanaka's... Kano couldn't help but gasp. Tanaka was currently a fugitive, the prime suspect in the kidnapping case. There was no chance of getting any fingerprint authorization from him at this stage. Can we get like a court order ready? Cause like surely it's on file somewhere, right? Is there any other way to get in? Kano asked. The door can be unlocked via password in place of the fingerprint scanner. But we'd still need to know what Tanaka chose for his password. No. In any event, Stanley said, it's essential that we track down and secure Maria. But, he went on, his voice grave, even if we get Maria to safety, the mastermind is now in possession of the Ua virus. If they want to, they can unleash a bioterrorist attack on Shibuya at any time. Damn. What are we gonna do? Gamers, it's game over. No, it's not actually. We can... Dude, we could totally turn this thing around. Oh, man. To put it bluntly, the lives of every man, woman, and child in the city are in their hands. Kano felt a pulse of fear deep enough to give him vertigo. Oh. Okay. He slowly tilted his back. Wait. He slowly tilted his back, his head, and gazed at the sky, vast and blue as always. Tilted his back and... I think it's supposed to say and his head. Or something. So I'm like, listen, man. I know I frequently can't read. But in this one instance, I don't think it's me. This one time, anyways. This one time, it's not me. Also, this dramatic ass music. There had to be tens of thousands of people in Shibuya right now. And they were all gonna die. Sorry. I like being a little dramatic. They typed that wrong. It should be he slowly tilted back his head. Okay. Okay. Rumi and Shizuo were among them. They might all be dead within a day. It felt so unreal. Kano's mind almost couldn't process it. With an effort of will, he shook himself out of his daze. So, what now? There was no time to waver. We have to solve this. We have to try, he said. In the next 4 hours, we need to find Maria Osawa. Dog, I don't know why they don't just ask me. I know where she is. Last time I saw her, she was over at the mall. So I think they should go check that out. What the Sigma? Okay. And figure out a way to stop this mastermind and the UA virus. The words were as much for himself as they were for his companion. Let's do this, Stanley. We might not always see eye to eye, but together, I feel like you and I can find a way. Dude. Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? The Stanley averted his gaze. My job here is simply to apprehend the mastermind. Kano felt a resurgence of his earlier anger at Stanley. Once again, he was putting his duties above human life. I'm sorry. Stanley's voice was a quiet mutter. Dude. The yaoi breakup. No. No. Like I'm in an anime. You know when they do that? You should probably get away from Shibuya as soon as possible, Kano. Kano hadn't imagined that the American would ever be worried for him. Dude. The girls are fighting. I appreciate the warning, he said. But I'm seeing this through to the end. Okay, period. He said, unlike you, I'll die. I'll die trying. Which is both stupid and commendable, I can't lie. Also, I can't stop listening to The Other Side by Jason Derulo. I'm like, it immediately was in my head, and I was like, don't sing it. Also, if you heard that, I had a box, it had these little, because I opened a figurine, and it had little pieces in it, and they fell out. That's what that was. But I'm seeing this through to the end. Dude, I gotta go my own way. What about us? What about everything we've been through? What about trust? You know I never wanted to hurt you. This is literally them right now. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Tough. Super duper tough. Don't get us corrupted by it too. Sorry. This isn't just the sort of thing you can solve with an effort of willpower. Even so, giving up isn't the Japanese detective way. Stanley let out a nasal chuckle. Back to that again, are we? Same to you. Kano managed a tiny chuckle of his own. Dude, and then they just start making out. I'm kidding. Unless... Also, once again, on my putting stuff down and losing it era, because where the fuck... How can this keep happening? Hey, I heard you are wild one. I don't know why. I'm such a human jukebox normally, but especially today. I swear to God, it's been all day. I'm like, can I just, like, have a thought without needing to break into song immediately afterwards? Please? Listen, Stanley went on after a moment. This is just between you and me. The mastermind behind this kidnapping case is an arms dealer who goes by the name Alfard. Oh my god, we literally heard that name from Kanan. So she is in the know, which is good for us to know, I guess. Arms dealer. Beyond simply selling weapons, his illegal arms dealers are also frequently involved in smuggling weapons unlawfully obtained through deals with government or military contacts. In recent years, such enterprises have become increasingly globalized. Some dealers form smuggling networks that also deal in money laundering, drug trafficking, and more. Great. I've heard the other side so many times at work. Catchy tune. We're just singing in the background while I grind today. LOL. Okay. Alfard? The attempted bioterrorist attack on Kasu... Oh, God. Every time I have to say this, I have to take it, like, syllable by syllable. Kasu Migaseki, a hotel bombing in Chicago. Alfard had a hand in all of them. What do you know about this criminal? Kano asked. Stanley's expression grew even darker. I just know that he's part of a shadow organization. And that's that. Alfard's signature is extremely meticulous planning. But I don't mean meticulous in the same way you or I might normally think of it. Okay. So what do you mean? Their plans are perfectly imperfect. Do you get what I mean? Well, yeah, because I think we talked about it, or not we, but I think the game talked about it before. Where, like, if you plan your shit too, like, meticulously, like it's too planned, other people can, like, figure out what that plan might be and then therefore be able to stop it. But, like, if your plan has, like, randomness to it, like, you're like, okay, the plan is to, like, run around the city, right? But beyond that, there is no, like, other plan of, like, who is it getting past to blah blah blah, this, that, and the other thing. Then they do not matter. Like, how are you gonna solve something that even they don't know what's going on? You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean? Connor shook his head. No. Alfar deliberately engineers accidents to make things complicated and unpredictable. It's difficult to get a good grasp of what's been going on when the situation seems to be falling apart. People tend to not consider that coincidental mishaps. People tend not to consider that coincidental mishaps might be anything but. In the end, they don't even realize they were playing right into the mastermind's hands all along. Kano could hear the intensity in Stanley's voice. I'm afraid that's all I can say. But is it though? Like, is it really all that you can say? Is it all that you can say or all that you know? Because I think those are two different things. Okay, anyways. I'm afraid that's all I could say. Now he wants to hold my hand. Freaky. Ah, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Stanley held out his right hand. See you around, Kano. If we're still alive. Man. If we're still alive? He's like, Shalog, why are you saying that? Like, I know it's true, but damn. Kano let that sink in for a moment. Kano, let that sink in. Don't leave him outside. Don't leave him outside. Let him in. Halfard, when do we meet Gamard or Epsilard or Ardo or even Sigmard? Listen, I know, all I know is Sigma Overwatch. Kind of let that sink in for a moment. Nah, I'll shake your hand after we finish this case. With a slight smile, Stanley withdrew his hand. And then they kiss. And then they start kissing. What? Sorry. Guys, wait! Then the two bump fists instead. Alright, we'll meet again, Kano. I'm sure of it. Yeah, see you then. No other Sigma? Only Sigma Overwatch? Listen, we're not talking about this Sigma Zero Escape. We're not talking about him right now. Oh, there it is. I found it. I found the thing. Listen, that whole time I was like on the floor, like, not on the floor, but I was like looking at the floor like, where the fuck did I drop this shit? I found it. Also, if you ever hear this, I have a flashlight on my desk. And it's like, yeah, I could use my phone as a flashlight. But sometimes I just like, you know, I have the little flashlight. And it's nice to just be like, click like, you got drugs in the car? My favorite thing to do is to like flashbang my sister. Just get the flashlight and I just like go into her room and I'm like, you doing anything in here? What's going on in here? You got illegal things? No sooner had Stanley departed than Kuze's voice came over the wireless. Attention all units. As of now, further investigation on the kidnapping case is suspended. The director's voice sounded strangely cold. I repeat. As of now, further investigation on the kidnapping case is suspended. I'm assuming Kuze knows. Wait, hold on. Sir? Kano shouted. What is it, Kano? Could you let us know why? We've received information that Maria Osawa has been infected with an unknown virus and has been released somewhere in Shibuya. So it's like, shouldn't we be helping find her? Or that matched up with what Stanley had said earlier. An anti-bioterrorism security force will probably be deployed in Shibuya. Terrorism involving biological agents, such as bacteria or viruses. Biological weapons are easier to acquire and transport than nuclear weapons. I mean, yeah, I could have told you that. I mean, I also feel like, you know, like transporting a nuke would be a lot more sensitive than like a vial of something. You just have to like wrap in like 20,000 things of bubble wrap. You see, it's okay if chat quips a lot in a game. It's when the game itself has a quip companion that the trust between consumer and product breaks. Unless the story is all about a human detective dealing with a world of cartoon characters brought into reality, in which case it's too fitting. For these... Oh, wait, where did I read? Oh, yeah. Because they rely on an organism's natural ability to proliferate or infect, they can yield powerful results for low effort. For these reasons, recent years have seen widespread apprehension about the possibility that such weapons might be used by terrorists. In the event that a bioterrorist attack occurred in Japan, temporary quarantine and decontamination facilities would be set up in the area affected. Guys, I know it's like very unlikely that it would ever actually happen. But let's hope that we never actually have to deal with a like a zombie outbreak, because I just know the way people like sometimes didn't take COVID seriously. Like, they're not going to take this seriously, especially when, like, in the Left 4 Dead universe, like, they didn't even tell people, like, what the green flu actually was. They even called it the green flu and not, like, something else, because the green flu sounds a lot scarier than the flu that turns you into, like, a rabid animal that, like, can't recognize the people you love, and, you try to, like, eat people, you know? This is no longer a simple kidnapping case. Man, yeah, literally, remember when we started this game and we were just silly little detective doing silly little detective things. Do we remember that? Our part in this is finished, and maybe us too. No, it's not. We haven't managed to resolve anything. Kano, I assure you that everyone else feels the same as you do. Kuze's voice had a cautionary tone. They're still performing the autopsy on the body found in the blue minivan that exploded. I'll let you know once we have a positive ID. Kuze, out. The only mass outbreak I'd ever accept is a cartoon furry outbreak, as long as I'm not turned evil by it. Maybe my personality would become exaggerated beyond belief, but I'd ultimately still be me. And a furry, I guess. Director! But the line had already gone dead. Life at a loss. Kano gazed out at the cityscape. The sight of the bombed vehicle had calmed down briefly, but now that the news networks had begun reporting, the herd of onlookers was growing. There was also a sizable crowd gathered outside of a large home electronics store. The large LCD televisions on display were showing a press conference being held by the governor of Tokyo. Kano might learn something new about the case. He decided to watch the broadcast. Kano's part in this was over. He had to hurry and find Rumi before it was too late. Listen, let's be a good guy and go run over there, even though I don't think that's what we should do. Hi, Losita, how you doing? Kano's part in this was over. He had to hurry and find Rumi before it was too late. He left the electronics store and headed for the cafe where Rumi and Shizuo were waiting. Me rolling up to my father-in-law, not father-in-law, after finding out that we're all gonna die in 4 hours. The Cafe Lautrec seemed quiet when Kano arrived. Shizuo was sitting alone. Kano scanned the establishment but didn't see Rumi anywhere. One of the staff greeted him. Welcome. Just one, sir? No. No, I'm meeting someone, actually. Of course, sir. The hostess smiled and then went on her way. Shizuo was glaring at him. Hello. Kano walked over to him and bowed deeply. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I'm Shinya Kano. You look like even more of a knuckle dragger than I thought. Hold on! So weird. Sorry, my sister came in and she was like, "Are you live?" And I was like, "Yeah, what do you mean?" And apparently I didn't have a going live notification in the Discord yesterday or today. So I guess I need to ask Pidgey and see if it's broken or something. Because I didn't... You did today, but not yesterday? That's so weird. Let me see. Because it's like, honestly, I don't really pay attention to my own, like, going live notifications. So, I don't even know. Let me look. No, yeah, I don't have one from today. I had one from the 15th. Today's the 17th. Yeah, so I didn't have one from yesterday or today in the Discord. let me Pidgey. Hold on. Yesterday's stream or today's. And then I'll send crying emojis. Hopefully he'll see that. Maybe something's up with stream cord, but Kylie's went out from today. Let me look. Yeah, Kylie's went out at 2:19 today. So I guess they just hate me. I don't know. Anyways. Wait, I swear I saw the note of today, but it's gone. I think you might be the Lulu. That, or you might have just seen the Twitch one. Shizuo will maintain his appraising stare. Rumi had something she needed to do, so she stepped away. Oops. She stepped away for a moment. Stop. Everything's falling now. Stand over there, pal. I never get Twitch notifs on the actual site, plus I wasn't even on my computer then. So weird. I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest, because I looked in there and yeah. My last one is from the 15th. So that's so weird. I don't know why it's not working. He said after a long moment. Kano sat down across from him. There was a laptop computer open on the table. Right now, the laptop is in sleep mode and there's nothing on the monitor. But just before Kano came in, Shizuo was browsing an internet forum. He takes his user handle from a nickname for the apples he grows on his own farm, which are pretty little things and nearly as sweet as honey. Huh. The waitress came by to take Kano's order, so he asked for an iced coffee. What are you using the computer for? Kano asked. I'm on the internet. Shizuo's voice was low and gruff. Okay. This cafe has an internet connection? What year is this taking place in? May as well start with a little small talk. So what? Again, Shizuo glared at Kano. The words wouldn't come. No, actually, this is no time to be making idle chit-chat. If they got infected with the virus, Rumi and Shizuo might die. Look. Please, you need to leave Shibuya right away. Shizuo's face contorted with confusion. I mean, I think you should have started that a lot differently, Kano. Now he's gonna beat your ass. Also, Kylie's announcement used to say she was playing that new With the Wind game, so it was updated. Your notif must have been deleted after the fact by the bot for some reason. Weird. I don't know. I don't even know how to fix it, because honestly, Pidgey deals with all the stream cord stuff. So I'm like, I don't know. Shizuo's face contorted with confusion. What are you talking about? Why? Huh? Kano wasn't sure if he should tell him the truth or not. He was strictly prohibited from discussing the case with anyone outside the department. As a former policeman himself, Shizuo ought to understand full well the secrecy an investigation required, but it wasn't like he'd just up and leave town without a good reason. Please listen. There's a risk of a bioterrorist attack. I'm just gonna say it. Listen, there's a risk of... What's that? What I mean is risk of... Shizuo pounded his fist on the table. Spit it out! Kano just couldn't say it. Didn't matter who he was talking to. He couldn't make himself leak the details of an ongoing investigation. Besides, there was no guarantee a bioterrorist attack would actually happen. If they could just find and secure Maria Osawa before she went symptomatic. Does this have something to do with the case you're working? Huh? You're telling me to leave Shibuya. Does that have something to do with your case? Yes, Kano admitted. So why don't you run off with Rumi then? Shizuo's tone was frank. Well, I mean... When Kano didn't have an answer handy, Shizuo let out a single heavy sigh. Is your work important to you? He asked. Kano hesitated. Is it more important than Rumi? Well... Again, Shizuo cut Kano off as he waffled over how to answer. Me? I used to put my work before my family. There was no question in my mind that combating society's ills and solving cases was worth any price. And because of that, I did some pretty reckless things. Almost wound up dead more than once. Shizuo paused, a forlorn look in his eyes. My wife did nothing but worry about me. So much that I didn't even realize when she worried herself sick. I was so caught up in my work that I wasn't even there for her when she finally passed away. Is this why he hates me so much? It was all so very absurd to me. The waitress came by and set Kano's iced coffee on the table. It sat there, untouched, until Shizuo looked at it pointedly. With a tiny nod, Kano brought the cup to his lips. The bittersweet liquid was a balm to his parched throat. I told Rumi the same story, Shizuo continued. But I didn't tell her how absurd it was. I told her that her father only did what he had to do. He took a sip of his glass of water. Rumi, she's very much like your mother used to be. Their personalities are almost identical. And I don't want her to suffer the same way my wife did. Shizuo's fist clenched in his lap. What was it that made you become a detective in the first place? He asked. Well, at first I got the job because I thought it would make Rumi happy. And then I guess also because I thought it'd make you like me, sir. It was the truth, but Shizuo simply chuckled. If your goal is to get me to like you, you may as well give up now. I'm sorry, sir, Kano said. I can't do that. Are you this stubborn around Rumi? Shizuo grumbled. I love your daughter, sir. I want to keep her safe to make her happy. And why is that? Why? Whenever I think about her, I just feel so amazing. I'm sure that you or anyone can empathize with that. Everyone has something they want to protect who makes them feel that good. It's an admirable thing, wanting to be a detective and protect the happiness of people. But that doesn't mean you need to ignore your own happiness in the process. What you say may be true, sir. Earlier today, my partner was stabbed. And today's his wife's birthday. Shizuo arched his brow. Is he going to make it? We're not sure yet. Last I knew, he was in critical condition. This is why I keep saying that the life of a detective is... Shizuo's words trailed off into a lamenting murmur. Even so, Kano was unmoved. Dictum number 1. Never lose sight of what you're supposed to protect. Ever. What's that? Something that a senior detective I admire very much said. It's the fundamental guiding principle I've stuck to as a detective. But what's wrong about the real meaning behind it? But I was wrong about the real meaning behind it. My partner was stabbed. There are people I want to rescue. So much has happened, and now I finally understand what those words mean. When you see someone in trouble, you help them. That's not something a good detective does. That's something a good person does. Kano took a good long look at Shizuo's face. He surprised himself, finding the words to speak his feelings so clearly, and he wondered what effect it had on the older man. He's being surprisingly calm about this and understanding. Normally he would blow up and yell at Kano. Exactly. I'm sure that, from your perspective as my future father-in-law, my being a detective means I'm putting my life on the line. Kano's like, but even if I wasn't a detective, I would still be putting my life on the line. But that's not entirely true. I can only be myself. This is the kind of person I am. I care about helping people. Even if I were a baker or a brewer or a bookseller, I'd still act the same way. You're being ridiculous. I'm not. A baker and a detective don't assume anywhere near the same risks. Listen, you get in that kitchen every day knowing they could burn down the place. I suppose that's true. Kano fussed with his hair sheepishly. Shizuo grumbled. I think I see what kind of man you are now. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, though? He sounded oddly defeated. Which is why now is no time to futz around. Kano sat up straighter at Shizuo's weighty tone. A detective needs more than just passion. A detective can't solve all his problems with sheer determination alone. Right. But at the same time, he needs more than just the ability to coldly assess a situation. He needs the conviction to stick to a case when it might otherwise seem prudent to give up. There was something new in Shizuo's expression now, and a gleam in his eyes that hadn't been there before. Kano almost felt like he was being sermonized by a senior officer. You got that? You need a cool mind, but a fiery spirit. A detective without both of those is worth nothing. I think. I think he's giving him, like, advice or something right now. Do you mind if I write that down in my notebook here? Look, Shizuo said, sounding suddenly embarrassed. Aren't you in a hurry? Don't you have to get back to your case? Yes, and sir, please, I need you and your daughter to leave Shibuya right away. Yeah, I hear ya. Kano conjured up Rumi's face in his mind. There was a chance he might never see her again. He forced the thought away as best he could. By the way, if I may ask, Shizuo said, what was it about Rumi that made you fall in love with her? What? Where's this coming from all of a sudden? Was it her looks? No, it wasn't just that. Kano found himself tongue-tied again. I mean, she is pretty cute, even if this is my own daughter I'm talking about. Shizuo shocked him by grinning from ear to ear. Oh, yeah, she sure is, Kano replied. But it's more than just that. She's also very sweet and kind-hearted. Ah, she is, isn't she? Yeah, she really is. For the first time, Kano and Shizuo smiled at one another. You're a man who lets his emotions show on his face, Shizuo said. And for a detective, that's not so bad. Thank you, sir, Kano said. He bowed to Shizuo as he stood up from his seat. Never lose sight of what you're supposed to protect, huh? I like that. Wise words indeed. Kano turned to look back, and then bowed deeply to Shizuo one last time. I know, he is. I'm not gonna lie, I thought, like, this option would be the wrong option, which is why I did it first, so oopsies. The ability to coldly assess a situation. Kano knew what he needed to do. There was one thing that was nagging him. No matter how hard he thought about it, it still didn't add up. The only part of the dictum that's actually helpful, the rest might be Kano's delusions. That's actually true. That's actually true. Why would Tateno let Al-Karawan go free? He needed to get back to the precinct and get the truth from Al-Karawan firsthand. As he walked along, he considered what he did know about the facts of the case. Oh, is that why, when you interview him, the first time, like, Al-Karawan, in that one bad ending, he, like, asks what time it is, and then when he tells him, he's like, yeah, that's pretty good. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Just what sort of plan had Alfard put into motion here? It seemed that Tanaka and Osawa had held the keys to understanding it. There had been relay handoffs of the phony attaché case, a relay that Tanaka had been complicit in. Then there was Hitomi missing, carrying the antiviral. Osawa had confirmed that himself. Kano was starting to form a vague picture of what Alfarad was up to. If the mastermind's goal was to acquire the antiviral, then obtaining the cooperation of Osawa and Tanaka was vital to that plan. After all, their fingerprint verification was required to physically access the drug. In order to overcome that hurdle, Alfard had presumably managed to win over Tanaka somehow. And had then kidnapped Maria Osawa to provide leverage against her father. It was all a setup. Pretty much. Yeah, that makes sense. While the police were distracted by following the attaché case, Alfard would take the antiviral from Hitomi. That was the general plan as far as Kano could surmise. Just then, a call from Kuze came over the wireless. Did we find whoever we were looking for or whatever? We've identified the body found... Oh, yeah, this is to identify the... I couldn't remember. I was like, I know we were doing it for some reason, but I can't remember what that reason is. We've identified the man found inside the blown-up minivan. Kano's hand tingled as it gripped the wireless. Mamoru Tanaka. Male, 45 years old. That's fucking tea. That's tea. Okay. An employee of Okoshi Pharmaceutical. Positive ID was obtained from the subject's personal belongings. Okay, but does it actually fit, like, the DNA and stuff like that? Or, like, it could have just been found there. What? Kano gasped. If Tanaka was dead, it would now be almost impossible to access the antiviral drug in the laboratory. Maybe that was done on purpose, though. At this point, the only antiviral they had any chance of obtaining was whatever Hitomi was carrying. Kano thought back to what Stanley had said earlier. Even if we get Maria to safety, the mastermind is in possession of the UA virus. The UA virus. Huh. This is literally just the Alid. We are so fucked. Just personified. Like, y'all, we might just be a little, just a little bit cooked. But it's probably fine. I say copingly and also like a liar. Yeah, they can release into Shibuya at any time. Dang. No. A chill ran down Kano's spine. If someone did release the UA virus, there would be no way to stop it from spreading. If Alphard really was planning a bioterror attack, Shibuya would well and truly become a city of the dead. The whole department was playing right into Alphard's hands. Kano staggered, physically stricken by the realization of just how terrifying a foe they were really up against. The eternal excuse of "it's not us" until it actually the instant reaches far enough to become us, literally. Okay. Dang, look how far, like, Kano's goes, and even, like, Minorikawa in comparison to Achi, which literally ends here. Okay, let's jump, I guess, then. Okay, and this jump is open, so we can take it easily. Just, what sort of plan had Alphard put into motion here? Skip. Skip. Sawa. There we go. Jump! Before the news was shared with the Osawas, the members of the investigation team quietly briefed Detective Kajiwara. Osawa and I sat on the sofa on the far side of the room, watching. They could see Kajiwara go pale. He wiped the sweat from his forehead with a handkerchief several times. Oh god. Bad news, Osawa thought. And it gets worse. Mr. Osawa, ma'am. Kajiwara shuffled his way over to them at last. We've just gotten word from headquarters. Right now, the task force is in an uproar after a change in the direction from the higher-ups. The detectives who were on the scene have been ordered to discontinue the kidnapping investigation. He hesitated ominously. Osawa braced himself. Please, let's hear it. It would seem that your daughter Maria is safe. What? Osawa felt an unexpected surge of relief. You mean it? The case has been solved? Added I. For a moment, they almost sounded like a happily married couple. It was only the stern look on Kajiwara's face that gave them pause. As of yet, we do not have her in custody. I'm not sure I understand. So basically, right, you know she's alive, but you don't have her? How? Deep furrows appeared in Kajiwara's forehead. I'm sorry, sir. The information we received from up top is complicated. We've confirmed that she was able to escape confinement. It's just... The detective gave every appearance of holding something back. If there's something you need to tell us, then just say it, Osawa told him. It would seem that Maria has been infected with a virus. Infected? Osawa felt as if a taloned claw had just clutched his heart. He knows exactly what this is in reference to. It's not one I've ever heard of before, but... apparently it's called the UA virus. Osawa's vision went dark, as if he'd plunged into a black void of despair. Darling? I asked raspily. She didn't need to put her fears into words. Osawa felt them just as plainly in his own gut. You're an expert on virology, aren't you, Mr. Osawa? Kajiwara said. Are you familiar with this UA virus? Osawa held up a hand to forestall further questions. There was no time for that. How many hours ago was she infected? He demanded. I wasn't told that much. Is that important to know, sir? Depending on when Maria was infected, we may or may not still be. Osawa trailed off abruptly as the reality of the situation struck home. This wasn't the same as when Hitomi had been infected. Right now, there was no way of getting Tanaka's cooperation, which meant that there was no way of accessing the antiviral storage. In other words, getting the cure to Maria would be impossible. Osawa's head swam. Detective Kajiwara, I beg of you. Your people need to catch Tanaka as soon as possible. I can't share the details, but if you don't, something terrible is going to happen. Just then, Kajiwara's cell phone rang. He picked it up quickly. What did you say? The detective's shout shattered the anxious silence that had fallen. I shuddered visibly at the outburst. Kajiwara nodded sharply, still listening. More creases formed in his forehead. Dude, we got this whole place dead stress. Understood. I'll let them know. He hung up. All eyes were on him. That was headquarters. Osawa swallowed the lump in his throat. He could feel himself quaking all over. A minivan we believe belonged to the syndicate exploded near Jinan in Shibuya. A body was found amongst the burning wreckage of the vehicle. Who was it? Tell me! Please don't let it be Maria. Please don't let it be Hitomi. Kajiwara took a deep breath before speaking. We've conclusively identified the remains as Mr. Tanaka's. No! The cry was visceral, almost bird-like. Osawa looked around in surprise. It was I. It's not true! You're lying! Her shrill screams reverberated through the room. Osawa felt like he wanted to scream too. With Tanaka dead, there was no way to get the antiviral. Which meant that Maria was going to die. I think the only person left is, well, Maria. Can I click this? Or where do we get locked out from? What's your name? Want a hint. What is this? Damn, the music just got deep for real. Thank you, Tama. Guess I may as well give you a little hint. A hint? Yeah, a hint. Want to hear it? No, not particularly. No, not particularly. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, thank you for helping me out with the cheery thing. Adios. Oh, you know what? I think I said yes, and then he made me do the food eating contest, right? I think that's what the other one led to. Then, like a whirlwind, Mr. Yanagashita zooms away, leaving me alone in the alley. Phew. Suddenly, I feel totally exhausted. Completely. I let out a sigh and dropped my eyes. And that's when I notice a notebook on the ground at my feet. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Because we found the notebook, and then I thought we found Mr. Yanagashita, but I don't know. Did the assassin drop this? I picked it up and looked inside. There's a photograph tucked inside the back cover. It shows 3 young people, 2 boys and a girl. Well, what do I do now? Do I go to the police? How would I even explain the situation? I can see it now. There's this killer out there, and he's after this person named Hitomi Osawa. And then the police would be like, who is that? And who exactly is after her? And then what would I say? Heck, they might not even give me the time of day in the first place. Not only do I not have any idea who Hitomi Osawa is, I know nothing about the guy who's after her except that he walks with a cane. I mean, I can't even tell them who I am. They'd probably shoo me away without a second thought. What am I supposed to do? I hang my head at a total loss. The necklace around my neck sways idly to and fro. Okay, fuck me, I guess. Maybe it's okay, let's try this one. Because, I mean, like, technically everything is good in all of the other timelines, so this must just be the problem, right? Tama! Tama! I am... No, it must be none of the above, right? The only way to clear a keep out is to jump from another route? I don't remember even seeing another route, but let me see. Maybe it's this one. Sister? Maybe I don't remember this one because we couldn't jump to it before. Right now, blah 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 blah. What about your sister? Did I what? I didn't even click it before? Interesting. Okay, there we go. Completely forgot that was even there because we didn't touch Achi's route that far up. Oh, I need tabs to my lips are dry as fuck. There we go. Eventually, I muster up the energy to start walking around town, heading nowhere in particular. God damn it, Maya Kamiki. She's haunting the narrative. The billboard outside of the department store displays a poster of some female musician. Sometimes they prevent you from doing the jump if it's farther in the story than you've gone before. As a keep out, it must have been a jump you saw on another route. Yeah, I like completely forgotten about that jump. And I know that if it's like not in red, you can't like when you click it on the time chart and you can see like where you have like the different options to go to. If it says jump and it's not lit up red, you can't go to it. So that probably is what happened. The billboard outside the department store displays a poster of some female musician. She must be pretty popular because lots of passersby stop to take a good look. Am I just imagining things? I feel like I saw this same poster somewhere very recently. Standing underneath the sign is a woman talking on her cell phone. It sounds like she's having an argument with whoever's on the line. I don't want to be nosy, so I just pass on by. Wait, that's literally her. As I come onto Koendori, I gradually come to a halt. I'm a little tired from all this aimless wandering around. I let my gaze stray along the street as I consider my next move. Then I catch sight of a blue minivan parked across the street. Oh! Suddenly my heart starts pounding. And a heart started to pound. Sorry, you guys know every time I see that phrase, I have to do that meme. I just need to get that on the soundboard at this point. On my stream deck. I know this. I know this minivan. If I head over to it, I'm sure I'll remember something. As if pulled by some huge magnet, I make my way toward the vehicle. Oh my god, like, that's crazy. They were so close together to meeting. There's a sudden thunderous boom. I'm knocked flat by a blast of energy, and the world goes topsy-turvy. Like, literally every single time these people almost meet, it's like, we were right there, man! It kind of also reminds me of in Yakuza 0, where, like, there were so many moments where, like, Kiryu and Majima almost met, but, like, they just happened to, like, when Kiryu went to Sotenbori right as Majima left to go to Kamurocho, and it's like, sometimes I just think about what their lives would have been like if they met each other like before. Star-crossed lovers, two ships passing in the night type beat. As I lie in shock, a wave of unfamiliar images fills my mind. Am I getting my memory back right now? Cloud of whirling dust in some place that isn't Japan. A simple room with unfamiliar architecture. A girl. And I know the girl's name. Her name is... On the verge of that revelation, my consciousness fades away. Bad end. Maria arrived in Koendori just in time to get caught in the minivan explosion. If she's going to avoid this fate, she needs to stay away from that vehicle. Someone else's actions can ensure that Hana Toyama crosses paths with her again. Then Maria will talk to her and avoid the minivan. Bad end. Yeah. Hi, Val. How you doing? Dang. Someone else... Minorikawa, maybe? Because didn't he get a call from what's-her-name about Hana? No, because I know he talks to her, but I don't know if anything that has to do with anything. Is this when I get caught up in things? Oops. Oh, sure. I hate him. Is this when I get led to that bad ending? Well, is it really a bad ending if I get to live my life and do eating competitions? Like, it's not that bad. It's surely not that bad. Adios. And then just like that, he's gone. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. I'm not sure where else this would be at. You know what I mean? Like, does me picking this option change anything? I would check if it let me. There we go. No, it's still a bad end. I don't actually know. Let me see the hint again. Someone else's actions. I just don't know what to change that doesn't like mess up the timeline. I don't remember who interacts with her. What did I pick here? Yeah. No, it was this part. Because maybe if he goes over there, he might see her. We'll try this. He decided to watch the broadcast. Working closely with the administration, we are keeping a careful eye on the situation as it develops. The governor's expression was solemn as he spoke. The moment he finished his statement, the reporters bombarded him with questions. This seems similar to the bioterrorist attack on I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this name. I can never pronounce it. Well, I mean, I can. I just have to break it down, and it is such a long word. My brain's like, what are we doing right now? 2 years ago. Kasumigaseki. Jesus Christ. Is there any possible connection? What countermeasures do we have in the event that Shibuya is the target of bioterrorism? The governor was visibly disconcerted. If this does turn out to be a bioterrorist attack, we will establish emergency shelters, with a large-scale quarantine station at Yoyogi Park. However, there are still many details that remain unknown. The politician was clearly struggling to maintain his composure. Can you comment on the rumors we're hearing that Shibuya might be blockaded off? Don't be ridiculous, the governor barked. What outlet are you with? Are you trying to start a panic when we don't even know all the details? Besides, it wouldn't be possible to blockade the whole of Shibuya. The press conference continued. The governor and the reporters locked in a belligerent back and forth. Channel your inner Lucio, just break it down. Well, it wouldn't be her. You gotta get Toyama to interact with her. So who talks to Toyama? Girl, I don't remember. Kano left the electronics store and headed for the cafe where Rumi and Shizuo were waiting. He had to tell them both to get far away from Shibuya. Wait, so you come here anyways? It just, if you want to take a detour, I guess. Because, yeah, that doesn't change anything. When does this time start? When is this time block? Is it this? I didn't even see the other thing. Okay, no, this is not what I want. Is this what I need? You see, this is ironic because the Japanese game for the name 428 in a blockaded Shibuya. That's crazy. Guessing the localization decided the name needed a more chaotic ring to it to advertise the game's 5-story system. Honestly, I think 428 Shibuya Scramble, I like that more than 428 in a blockaded Shibuya. I don't know, like, that, I don't know. Just, like, sure, like, I guess it tells you, like, we're gonna be in Shibuya and we're gonna be stuck there. But I feel like Shibuya Scramble, like, really gives a feel to, like, how I feel playing the game. Like, dude, I do feel like I'm scrambling around all over Shibuya. And I do feel like, you know, it makes sense for all, like, the different characters you're playing. I don't know. That's just me, though. Where could we... Maybe if we go somewhere else, we'll see him. Or see her. Let's go to the electronics store. It's the only local place you can think of. That might be secondhand computer. Damn. Started running toward Dogenzaka. As he approached the scramble outside the station, he caught a sight of a skinny figure disappearing into the throng along Center Guy. A suit with a deep bluish stripes. There was only one man who he knew dressed like that. But why was he heading down Center Guy and not towards Dogenzaka? Oh, now he remembered. There was a secondhand knick-knack shop near where the Burning Hammer demo had been held. He recalled seeing a poster out front that read, "We buy computers at top prices." Okay. That's where Yanagashita was planning on selling his laptop. Changing directions, Minorikawa darted down Center Guy. It also ties more into the Scramble, the area in Shibuya that you're constantly coming back to. Yes, exactly. I forgot that that's also what they call it. And exactly like you said, like, you keep coming back to this, like, area. So it's like, I feel like the Shibuya Scramble has, like, a bunch of meanings to it that all work. Whereas the original name is just, like, meh. It's like meh, you know what I mean? Like, go girl, give us nothing. A little. There you are, Yanagashita. So is this gonna be the same as last time? Okay, yeah, it plays out exactly the same. It can't possibly, because I know they were hiding in Osawa's backyard, but, like, surely not. Surely it's not these. I don't want to say no to his banana or his classical music. I don't want to do that. Did we try running? I don't want to be mean. Ah! What did I just drop? I'm like, I don't want to be mean. I like the answers that I've picked. I don't want an illusion of choice. A game of Where's Waldo, but for Where's Hannah, literally. Okay, let's try. I'm in your walls. I'm in your walls. I need to do something about that gun he has and then try to make a run for it. I pick up one of the crates that are lying around the alley and hurl it at the man with the cane. Then I book it right out of there. I run for a long time without looking back. When I finally do take a peek over my shoulder, there's no sign of the guy following me. Slowing my run to a walk, I notice Miku, the girl I fought for those cases of burning hammers, sitting on a nearby staircase. Thanks for earlier, I call out. She gives me a puzzled look. You let me have those diet drinks from the knick-knack shop. Revelation dawns on her face. Oh, right. I didn't recognize you since you're not a cat anymore. What are you doing here, I ask. Just like, you know. She gives me a half-hearted smile. Say, where'd you learn Aki Jujitsu? Huh? The question catches me off guard. I don't know what to say. Your Aiki Jujitsu. Where'd you learn it? My Aiki Jujitsu? Now that she mentions it, that's a great question. I mean, I must have learned it somewhere else. My body wouldn't have moved the way it did back then. I wonder who taught me. Try as I might, though, I can't remember. Miku interprets my silence as a refusal to answer. She lets out an annoyed snort. What is it, a trade secret? Fine, then. How long did you train? Not that long, I guess. Probably. I'm just trying to avoid telling her I have amnesia, but she obviously thinks I'm being secretive. You know what, she says angrily. After losing to you, I've completely fallen apart. I've lost everything. Do you know how that feels? To feel like you've lost hold of the thing that makes you you? I nod with conviction. I do know. I've lost things too. Like my memory. You do? Well, I just can't take this anymore. I'm having a complete breakdown of identity. Developmental psychologist Eric Hamburger Erickson was a key proponent of the concept of self-identity, the ability of individuals to continually reliably know who they are and what they should do. I mean, I'm saying this having lost you and all, but a long time ago. Oh, you don't mind if I tell you some stuff from a long time ago. Anyway, so a long time ago. And so Miku launches into her story. Something tells me this is a bad end. You think maybe it is for the best if I quit? She asks at last. By now, 15 minutes or so have gone by. I've listened to Miku go on and on about her teenage years because I felt bad about getting her so depressed, but yikes. She's asked me all these questions and I don't even understand. But although I'm starting to get sort of fed up with her angst, I keep my patience and respond as best as I can. If you love doing it, then I don't think you should quit, I tell her. Chances are, if you try to do something else, you're just going to come back to martial arts anyway. Besides, you probably owe it to the person who sent you down this path in the first place. You think so? Maybe you're right. Yeah, you are. Miku's face has regained a measure of cheerfulness. Thanks, I'm gonna keep practicing more and more so I get stronger. I'm not gonna lose to you next time. I'll keep that in mind. I've got no interest in fighting her again, but for now I'll keep that to myself. Alright then, see you around. With a parting wave, Miku hops to her feet and heads off. As I watch her leave, a feeling of jealousy wells up within me. Did I once have something I was that passionate about? I don't even know because I can't remember. I just can't remember. That gunman. The one with the cane. He might know something about me. And at this point, I'm even willing to risk a run-in with a killer to find out more about myself. I decide to head back to where he was before. And we find the notebook anyway, okay? When I arrive to the alley, though, there's nobody there. Paradoxically, I'm both relieved and severely disappointed. Then I happen to notice something lying on the ground. What is it? I pick it up. It's a notebook. Slipped into the back cover is a photo showing 2 boys and a girl. And, you know, we've seen this part. What do I do now? Do I go to the police? How would I even explain the situation? I can see it now. The blah 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 blah. Who is that? Is it exactly the same now? Yeah, it is. Which bad end was this? Let me look. Bad end. A sudden blast. Okay. I'm trying to remember. Literally the only time I remember them mentioning Hana is to Minori Kawa. She needs to stay away from that vehicle. Someone else's actions can ensure that Hana Toyama crosses paths with her again. I don't remember who saw her. Maybe Minorikawa? Which part is the start of this time block? Is it 15? I feel like in my mind's eye, I remember seeing somebody bump into her on the streets. But I'm like, I don't remember when that was. Ah! Okay, I think 15 is the start. Or something. So what's he doing here? Should I tell them? I don't think it's this. These were 2-hour blocks, I think. Nah, these blocks are 1 hour each. Sheesh. Okay, wait, hold on. Actually, wait, go back in just for a second. Just because I wanted to look at the bad end list. Just for funsies, mostly. Because I don't think I've looked at it. And which bad ending are we on? Yeah. Okay, wait, I gotta go to Maria. Is this the one where she blows up? Oh, that's so weird. Wait, what's this one? Okay. So it's this one. Number 45, A Sudden Blast. How many do we have, actually, now that I'm thinking about it? Okay, we got number 1. No, where's number 2, though? Who's got number 2? Dang, we gotta go bad end scouting. I think at the end of this, because I've definitely missed some bad ends. Well, actually, I've probably missed a lot of bad ends now that I think about this. But I'm assuming I'm assuming I can find the other ones. I don't know how many bad ends there are, but okay, wait. I don't know if I should talk to Miku. Let me go back. I kind of want to go back to this one. Yeah. Shut the hell up. And then go back to this one. Because I think I had more choices. And I feel like was there a jump or am I tweaking? I can't remember. Can I see it now? Who am I? I am you. See me and you. Because I feel like I remember seeing a jump here, and I don't remember if I took that jump. Okay, we get the notebook. That's right. Oh no, I think I came from Achi to hear from that. If you want the secret endings, I'm not mistaken, you will need all the bad endings. Fuck, seriously? Dang, am I just gonna have to go bad end hunting next time, or next time I stream this? I feel like that's probably what I'm gonna need to do. Wait, let me... Is this where we jumped? Did we jump from this one? Oh yeah, sister. We jumped here. From here to that one. And that brought us there. So maybe it's something Achi needs to do? Because he's got other options. Like, what's here? That guy. Hitomi approaches a van. Is it any of these? Because it's only this that you can do. Fuck. Because... I mean... Does other people's stuff change if we do the run? Run! He's got a gun! And oh, a hot set of the pound. Don't worry guys, I'm gonna figure this out, trust me. I'm gonna stumble my way into this. I promise. I promise. Because I feel like... What was he doing here? Where was Yamashita headed? We already picked one, like 2 of these, right? Should I go back to Knick-Knack Shop? Okay. Yeah, we did this already. Oh, don't worry about it. That's all the bad ends unlockable. It's more of a comedic bonus I can see most people skipping. Another secret unlockable ever. Lips best kept zipped until much later. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's right. Okay, this fucks up the timeline. Because that's stuck like this. So I don't think she should run. I think the way I did it before is right. I think this is correct. Because I think if I do this, this might fix the other timeline. Give me this. Yeah, I think this is the right choice. Because if we deal with the Miku situation, she's not going to meet Minorikawa, I think. And I think she kind of has to do that. What is this one? Miku steps in. All of those options were bad, though. That's the worst part. And what is this one? Okay, apparently I've clicked both of these and I don't remember doing that. I don't remember doing that. What else do we have that we can do? Because this is a jump. But this doesn't do anything for me because we've already jumped from this before. Man. Yeah, if Minorikawa catches Yanagishita in time, it leads to the food contest ending again. So having him waste time is good? Okay. Shit, man. Man. I'm literally missing one thing. And I'm gonna feel damn stupid. I'm gonna feel damn stupid when I find out what it is. Should I tell them? Have I hit these ones? I keep clicking the same things. There was nothing he could do about having forgotten. He hurried to the cafe. He agreed to take on the responsibility, headed back for the theater. We'll just say fuck it, we ball. I can't remember what we clicked before. Sorry, Endo. Sorry, Arai. You're just gonna have to let this one slide. I've got Toyama's life on the line here, and apparently he might potentially be dead? Question mark? I don't know. Well, is this... How is the timeline looking right now? Is this the same? Okay, this is still... I think that might have been what I had before. Did that change? So I can't remember which one we had before. Maria! Maybe I need to change this? What's my name? He's like, what else? What else do I pick? What, like, can I do something different here? Or am I always just gonna get bad ended? Saving that bad end shouldn't have anything to do with a jump. You just need to change a choice that affects Hana. I don't know what I said that affects her. What did I pick? There's so many options. I don't know which one specific one needs to be changed. I mean, I guess if anybody needs to know what I need to change, just let me know. Because I honestly, at this point, I don't know. Because I don't remember. I don't remember, like, who saw her or who has talked to her. Like I said, the only one I remember is Chiaki, I think, calling Minorikawa saying that that guy killed himself. So I'm like, I don't know how the fuck to get to that ending. I'm pretty sure Achi and Hitomi were running and literally ran into Hana. They knocked all her poems to the ground. I do remember that. I don't remember when that was, though. This time? I think we might have helped her. He managed to avoid crashing into her by taking a tumble himself, but the girl was still definitely a bit shocked. Sorry about that, Achi said. Are you alright? But the girl didn't answer or even meet Achi's eye. She just looked around as if in a daze. She was waiting on someone, maybe. Odd kid, Achi thought. I hope she's okay. Once more, Achi and Hitomi set off running. Okay, so now maybe that's changed? Because that's like the only... Yeah, the only other one. Okay, so I guess now this is fixed? That happened so long ago, I forgot that that happened. Eventually, I muster up the energy and to start walking around town, heading nowhere in particular. I'm just gonna skip through this shit. I wish they implemented... Oh, wait! It's different now. Never mind. I mean, this part is the same, but... She must be pretty popular because she has... because lots of passerby stopped to take a good look. I catch sight of little Hana in front of the billboard. She's showing something to a woman there. Some colorful sheets of paper. The woman looks a lot like the musician in the poster. Moreover, I have the feeling I've seen her someplace before. Where could I have seen her? Man, having amnesia is really a pain in the ass. I have no way of knowing whether I've forgotten something or had no memory of it in the first place. The woman looks through the papers. Hana held out to her, nodding approvingly at each one, and I can hear her murmur with admiration. Hana! I wave as I scamper over to her. As I do, the woman abruptly hurries off. Hey, we meet again, I say. Hana just gives me a bored look. This might help, because Achi spent so much time helping her pick up her poems, it prevented her from meeting Maria. I still love that about this game, that one unrelated choice made such a big difference in someone else's story. It's interesting, but also, like, fuck that hint. That gave me no help whatsoever. Like, other hints will be like, oh, think about this time, or, hey, man, this person specifically might have played a hand in it. This, it was just like, you know, somebody talked to this little girl. Man, you think I remember seeing this little shit? No, no, I didn't. I have the memory of a goldfish, and it's been a month. It's been literally a month to the day since I last played this game. I don't even remember what I did yesterday, let alone what I did a month ago. I don't know. Oh, sorry, I don't even remember what I asked, or what she said. Who was that just now, I asked. I don't know. Hana quickly gathers up her belongings and starts walking briskly away. Oh, hey, wait up, I call out. The girl ignores me. She's moving at a jog now, heading from Spanish Hill towards Koendori. Oh my god. Ah! As she steps onto Koendori, she trips and falls down hard, damn. The contents of her bag spill out on the road. Dang, man, that's rough. Oh, whoops. Hints getting less helpful each hour, that's literally true. Well, Achi was the only one who ever saw Hana in this time block. I don't remember her. I don't remember her. It's been a month. It's been a month. It'll be another month before I play it again. So you better remember this shit. You better remember the shit that's happening, because I won't. I'm not going to remember it. Anyways. Catching up to her, I gather up some of the fallen pages. What's this? There are poems written on the colored board, the colored paper. I wouldn't really call this paper. This shit looks thick as fuck. Copies of a prose poem titled The False Monsoon. The poem delicately details the wavering emotions of an adolescent girl. Also, in a clever twist, if the text is read horizontally instead of vertically, it tells about a father's worries over his only daughter, who is now of marriageable age. Hana's genius will soon be discovered by Aya Kamiki, and she will go on to become a popular songwriter. Dude, no way. Wow. Just because Achi helped her, she would have never become a popular songwriter. That's crazy. But yeah, maybe streams for each in-game hour and cutting it off after the hour will help prevent mindfucks. Yeah. I'm probably, like, as soon as we finish this block, I'll probably end it. So that way, when we start next time, I'm gonna be watching the next hours as they happen and then deal with the situation. And maybe I should do what I did for the Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma and leave notes for myself. If y'all don't remember the famous Zero Time Dilemma notebook, I have it right here, where I literally just, like, it just looks like scribblings of a madman, where I would just, like, write down the notes and then, like, to-do lists and where we were before. I think that's what I need to do. Wow. Let the game end where I treat too. Her. I remember me remembering the events in this game. Alan, we are so fucked. The look of embarrassment crosses Hannah's face, and she snatches the pages out of my hands.
Don't touch those. Those are for sale.
For sale?
I'm selling poems that I wrote.
Oh wow, that's incredible. She looks surprised by the compliment.
Incredible? My friends at school say they were dumb.
That's not true. I only saw a little just now, but I thought it was a really good poem.
You're just saying that. I've been out here in Shibuya for weeks trying to sell these, but the only person who bought one was that lady just now.
Hana let out a mournful sigh. Well, what are you out here selling poems for anyway?
I thought maybe it'd help pay back our debts.
Huh? Okay, that's not something I expected to hear from a little kid.
My dad's in real deep,
she continues. The topic makes me think of Mr. Yanagashita. Guess today's my day for meeting people mired in debt? Yeah, good call. I love seeing notebooks like that too. It's really funny because, like, if you've ever played any of the Zero Escape games, you know that they're fucking weird. So it's like, I literally just have, like, things like this where it just says, blue, red, milk, jump. And then it just says, there's another one that just says, don't push the button. This one just says, more random numbers. This page is just all symbols. And then, goal, put power into machine and save phi. Set the dial to A to mix liquid, set to B to separate liquid. Bullet for C team, arrow for Q team, acid for D team. Right hand over chest, confirm. Crouch, hands on knees, deny. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Cut Charlie and Betty. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, things to do. Forced quit box, 1330 vote, D team gun Sigma chap. Great. Together with me, we are 10. I love it. Because anybody else would be like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, Zero Escape. They were the best of times. They were the worst of times.
And I'm only in elementary school, so I can't get a part-time job.
Japan's labor standards act prohibits the hiring of children under the age of 15. For certain jobs within the entertainment industry, however, employers can obtain permission from the Labor Standards Inspection Office for younger children to work. That's like most places, isn't it? I've never heard of anybody like younger than 15 working, but what the fuck do I know? I'm impressed. She's so brave. She's maybe a little hard to approach, but she is just a kid after all. She's so brave, I just want to give her a hug.
Oh, Hana.
I hear a strange Oh, Hana! I hear a strange wailing call from behind me. Startled, I turn around to see Mr. Toyama standing there, tears streaming from his eyes. Hana! I'm so sorry, I had no idea you were trying so hard to. Toyama rushes up to the girl. It's quite the emotional father-daughter reunion. Or at least that's how it looks until Hana slaps her father across the face with her bundle of papers. What was that for?
Don't you give me that. I'm sick of all this running around.
She delivers several more well-placed smacks with her little craft project. Okay, Toyama says at last. I know you were upset, but I have to ask you just for one thing. Then we can see about getting through the day, yeah?
Okay, but just one.
I can't help but find this ornery interaction kind of charming. You two get along really well, don't you, I say.
Yep, nope.
The two gave simultaneous contradictory replies. Then Hana sullenly starts to walk off, with Toyama tottering after her. It's such a weird little sight that I can't help but laugh. Well, later then. Hello? Dude. Yeah, I played 99 full in parts of Virtue's Last Reward. Listen, you know, if you like being rage baited by a game, I defo recommend finishing VLR and then doing ZTD. The fact that I know what 90% of that means, I'm so obsessed with Z. The game really loves to show videos of this car exploding. They probably like recorded from so many different angles. They're like, we gotta. Like, we spent so much money blowing this car up that like, we gotta show it. Further along Koendori, I come across a car on the roadside that's spectacularly aflame. A group of onlookers surrounds it in a confused uproar. She's like, come across, like you weren't standing right next to it. What the fuck? It seems almost unreal, like I'm looking at a set for a TV show or something. I stand there, staring into the flames. Huh? What's that? I can see something. The raging heat makes the air shimmer. The scent of dry sand fills my nose. A gust of searing wind tugs at my hair. Where am I? Decaying roads. decaying houses, a decaying city. And the people who live there. People who live. People who live. People who live. There's someone by my side. Someone is with me, watching all this. It's a girl. The person with me is a girl, slightly younger than me. She says something to me. Anna is me. Cat's Cradle. That's my voice now. Cat's Cradle? Whose voice was that? What's going on? Who am I talking to?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Yeah, Cat's Cradle. I'm showing someone how to do a cat's cradle with string. But who? Who am I showing how to do a cat's cradle? Kanan. Oh shit. The word Kanan echoes in my head. Kanan? I utter the name aloud. The images floating through my mind are beginning to break up and vanish, but I feel like, for a brief moment at least, I'd caught a hold of the edges of some of my lost memories. That's right, Kanan. As soon as I say it, I'm filled with a powerful sense of duty. There's something I'm responsible for, something that I needed to do. And if I don't, this Kanan person is going to be in grave danger. Calm down. Just calm down. I'm pleading with myself now, fighting the impulse to take off running. If I did, where would I go? I have no idea where my destination or my goal even is. Please, please remember something. Please, please, please. I gaze out at the flames, practically praying now. Don't move. A voice hisses in my ear, and I feel something hard press against my back. I don't need to turn around to recognize whose voice it is. I thought you said you didn't have any business with... I did a little thinking, says the man with the cane slowly, about how I might lure out Hitomi Osawa, see? I'm going to use you as bait. Bruh. Tia. Jesus. Alright, sorry, I missed some stuff while I was reading that. I'm not very interested in the rest of the lore at the moment. Jesus. The aesthetic is industrial gray metal the majority of the time. So my eyes got thoroughly bored real fast. That's fair. I mean, I didn't mind it, mostly because I didn't really care. Because, like, the story was enough to carry me through it that I didn't really give a fuck about what I was looking at. I can't lie. Besides, I have my own reasons to play VLR ZTD beyond just doing it as a promise. I figured that I should play all of Spike Chunsoft's flagship franchise, considering how much of a pioneer. Yeah, I've played a lot of them. Obviously, I've played all the Danganronpa games. I've played all of the Zero Escape games. I'm playing Shibuya Scramble. I'm playing Rain Code. Eventually, I need to play 100 Line Defense. And I don't know what else there is, but I'll find it. I'll find it. Don't worry. But yeah, honestly, if anything, like, to be, like, unbiased as possible, because I do have my gripes with Zero Escape as a series. There's a lot of shit, like, that pissed me off while I was playing. And yet, I kept coming back, and I kept finishing a game and starting the next one. So, clearly I didn't hate it that much. It is, like, the story and the intrigue. Like, even if you don't agree with what's happening, you're like, fuck, I gotta see what happens next, though. Like, I got to see this shit through. You know what I mean? So I get it. But I think the best thing you'll get out of it is, like, the story. I don't even know if I could say the characters, because I genuinely think I hate most of the characters. So, it's a weird series. Oh! AI the Somnium Files. Love those games. But yay, the hour's finally done. And it all started with my childhood via Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Red. I only played Blue Rescue Team. We started playing Blue Rescue Team, and I haven't played it in, like, a fucking year because I don't want to. I hate grinding in that game, but I like that game. But it's so hard. It's so hard, and I hate grinding in video games, which is, like, all of Pokemon games. I was gonna say World's End Club, but that's technically not Spike Chunsoft. Then again, technically 100 Line isn't Chunsoft either. It's, you know, it's adjacent. It's adjacent enough. It's technically published by Spike, so it counts. We're currently playing through Pokemon Diamond, which I need to do another part of. But yeah, we started Blue Rescue Team, and I do want to continue it, but I'm like, I'm just so ass at that game. I'm so, like, why, how dare they gatekeep such a great concept for a Pokemon game and make it so hard that I can't beat it 10 years later. I couldn't beat it when I was a kid, and I'm still getting my ass beat now. Like, when will I get good at games? I don't know. I think the answer is never. I try. I feel like you can beat Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games without grinding, but you need to be real clever with your items. Yeah. And I'm not so clever, you see. I just like to punch and hope that gets me out of situations, and most of the time it doesn't. So yeah. But yeah, in terms of 428, next time we play, we will be dipping into this newest hour, 1600 to 17. And who knows what we're gonna see. Because I certainly don't. Besides what they showed me in the credits, or in the hint for the beginning. There's still so many, wait, hold on. I'm not gonna look at the achievements, but we're still only 6 out of 27 achievements, guys. The achievement hunting is gonna be wild. Trust on that. Again, glad that visuals, novels don't have much of a skill barrier, right? Literally, I also felt that way with, like, with the Zero Escape games, because I'm like, damn, bro, I'm dumb as shit, but at least other people can tell me the answers, and they don't need to be in the room and play it for me. You know what I mean? I'm like, help me. I can't. I don't know the answer to this. Like, if you die in a dungeon, someone else can go save you so you don't have to start all the way over. That's crazy. Without any internet or local connection, no less. That's crazy. Dude, I miss playing on my DS and playing Diamond, because my sister had Pearl / Platinum, and then I had Diamond. And we would do, like, the digging area where you, like, you go beneath the ground, you can mine some stuff, and then you also have, like, your hidden base underground. And I would always try to, like, steal, like, you know, you could steal each other's, like, flags or whatever. That shit was fire. You know, the children yearn for the mines, okay? I loved going down there and digging out pretty gemstones. Like, they kind of ate. They did kind of eat with that. Can't lie. Can't lie. So call me up when you're playing PMD again. Even on emulator or NSO, it'll work. Oh, really? Interesting. Okay. I'll have to keep that in mind. Man, I really, one day I'm gonna defeat that game and it's gonna be glorious. Trust me. Let me switch you guys over to the ending screen. I almost clicked this sound.
So? No, I'm saying
What now?
Because that's where my ending screen button is. But on the other page. So I was one page over. Let me get the lo-fi beats too. Actually, they're video game beats. What are we listening to right now? What's next? I want a good ending song. What is this? Can't fucking hear. No, I need a good song. I need a good song to end it on. No. I need something good. Okay, you know I always love a Fall Guys beat. Y'all, if you have not listened to Fall Guys tracks, you should. They're just like, it's just good music, no lyrics. Happy peppy type shit. But yeah. That is the end of this stream. Next stream will be tomorrow with whatever I decide to do, because I don't always have plans. More often than not, I don't. Hit that follow button if you haven't already. And until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see ya. Bye, you guys.